The FBI's National Internet Infrastructure Protection Center came under heavy fire in July when they faced a Senate Oversight Committee. vmyths.com offers a special resource just to document the agency's virus antics. Director Ron Dick squirmed in his seat as government officials chastised his short tenure. Dick had no choice but to take Wednesday's whipping. The senators who spanked him wield true power over FBI NIPC. But Dick took it like a good G-man. Indeed, he didn't go far enough to blame his agency's problems on his predecessor, Michael Vatis. It almost looked like the current director took a bullet for his visionary ex-boss. Dick didn't blame Vatis enough, so I will. Computer-in-Chief Bill Clinton appointed Vatis to a beltway position early on in his presidency. He hung around in various capacities until Janet Reno tapped him for the FBI NIPC directorship in 1998. Vatis turned it into his personal publicity machine in 1999, then drove the agency into the ground in 2000, and eventually got fired thanks in part to his jet-setting playboy lifestyle. Quite an accomplishment for a guy in his mid-30s at the time. And when I say jet-setting playboy lifestyle, I mean it. Vatis traveled all over the world giving speeches in his capacity as FBI NIPC's director. Yet you'd never know it through official channels. I filed a Freedom of Information Act request to uncover the many different places where Vatis spoke in 2000. FBI responded to say he gave no known speeches last year. None, you say? None at all? I smell another FBI records mishandling. But hey, don't feel bad for Vatis. He converted his pink slip into a reported multi-million-dollar windfall. Vatis left Dick the unenviable task of cleaning up the horrible mess he made. If you've ever seen the end result of a frat party, then you know what FBI NIPC looks like right now. Reporters miss the hysteria Vatis generated in his heyday. They loved to describe the then-director as FBI's lead investigator on computer viruses. And yet, as a lawyer by trade, Hoover's top virus guy held no computer security credentials. It certainly showed in his decision-making, which also led to his firing, but let's not digress. I once described Vatis as a satirical King Cyber Arthur, charged by Janet Lady of the Lake Reno to defend and unite the peoples of the Internet. Okay, now, tell me you don't see the humor in this classic Monty Python skit. Hey everybody, bad news. We were putting this CD together, and it just costs a little bit more money than we were expecting to pay for the little clip from the Monty Python movie. But it basically goes like this. King Arthur walks up to some peasants, and they ask him how he became king. And he talks about the Lady of the Lake, and he talks about Excalibur. And one of the peasants goes, "Look, strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony." And King Arthur tells him to shut up. So it's a beautiful clip. I would have loved to have had the original clip in here. Go watch the movie. It's a killer movie. And just realize that the Lady of the Lake is Janet Reno and King Arthur is Michael Vatis. Thanks a lot. I mean, think about it. Strange women lying in office distributing FBI badges is no basis for an agency that protects critical U.S. infrastructures. Regrettably, Vatis still has his hand in the cookie jar. A recent Washington Post story says he has positioned himself to remain a player in FBI NIPC's torrid affairs. "We will continue to use Mike and ask for advice, and he is still in partnership with us even though he is not in the daily nuts and bolts," said FBI Assistant Director Dale Watson. Ron Dick, who replaced Vatis as head of the NIPC, described Vatis as a visionary. Can't leave well enough alone, eh, Mikey? Memo to FBI NIPC Director. Break off your codependent relationship with Vatis. He isn't good enough for you. And you still need to clean up the frat party he threw. I'm Rob Rosenberger for vmyths.com. vmyths.com. Truth about computer virus myths and hoaxes. Be there. or be scared.